Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Wealth and Love Podcast. I am your host, Linda.
And this is Pedro.
And as you guys can see from the title, today's topic is going to be really interesting, I think. But before we get into the topic, we want to go ahead and get into Lynn's pick of the day. So for those that are watching or listening on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, wherever you're listening from, you're going to have to go ahead and click the link in the bio so that you can see the video and see Linda's pick of the day.
Man, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so it is yellow coconut rice. I'm not lying, it ain't yellow coconut rice. It's yellow rice, just plain yellow rice. And I added some vegetables, so it's carrots, it's potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and baked quarter chicken. So,
And we have avocados on the side.
oh yeah, and avocado on the side. So we haven't tasted yet, so this is going to be I tasted along the way, but with everything. You can taste it first. Tell me if it's good.
It's good.
Is it really good?
It is.
You can tell me the truth.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
That's a setup. You can tell me the truth.
I know, right?
Taste it with the vegetable and the chicken.
Audrey, you can taste yours too.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat it. I just gotta make sure all this is right too.
Okay, let me taste the chicken, and we can get started. All right, so
And I was hungry.
this is just gonna be food in my mouth. A part of our episode where we'll have Lynn's pick of the day, and hopefully it'll inspire you guys to try out whatever we have. So, but like I said, this is really good. So it's baked chicken, and the vegetables are also baked as well. So it's carrots, baby carrots, Brussels sprouts, purple onions, and potatoes, and avocado on the side.
If you don't have a wife that can't cook,
You missing out, huh?
you're missing out.
Or a husband.
Yeah, her husband, but this is wifey's food right here.
All right. So let's get into the episode.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to finish the food.
Let me drink some water.
I really wanted to finish.
I know you. I see that. I can tell, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, guys. We wanted to just stop the video and eat food, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So, as you can see from today's topic, we're talking about, is marriage worth it?
Man, I love that topic.
Is marriage worth it? So, first and foremost, disclaimer, I do want to say that we are not experts when it comes to relationship. We are not experts when it comes to marriage. This is just our personal opinion, our personal experience, and it might not be for everyone, but we pray that you guys have an open mind to hear our perspective on it. Right. So first and foremost, babe, is marriage what you expected it to be before you got married? Or like, what was your when you thought of marriage, what was your expectation? How did you envision it?
Okay. Okay. Let me put it like this.
Oh, wait, sorry. Okay, so for those that don't know, we're about to be married for 5 years now. So I think that we have a little bit of
Yeah.
what's that word?
They can give us a little credit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
we know a little something.
Y'all just about to pass the honeymoon
The
stage.
honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
But that's a topic for another day, because I don't even feel like we experienced the honeymoon stage, but
Well, I mean, we experience it in our own way.
in our
I
own
should say.
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, is marriage, what was your expectation?
Okay,
first of
my
all?
expectation on marriage was someone that I can grow with, that we can build a family, and yes, and I would say this is exactly what I've been experiencing as far as I expected it to be. Like I said, growth, see myself evolve, see us evolving together. But at the same time, there are some things that, when you're going through marriage, there are certain things that people don't teach you. They don't teach you how you can wake up one day and say, what was I thinking? Why is she a whole different person? All of those are things that I learned throughout the marriage. But
So overall,
like I said, I should say it's 50-50. Yeah.
I think for me, so ever since I was in, I think third grade or like middle school, really young, I know I've always wanted to be married. But I don't think I ever pictured it in the grand scheme of things, in the sense of like, oh my God, we're gonna be building a house and leaving legacy behind. I didn't think of it like that. I just thought of, okay, I'm gonna have a husband, we're gonna have the white picket fence, a dog, 3 kids, in that extent. But I never thought of it far ahead. I didn't think of it far ahead.
Right.
And so my expectations of marriage on the outside, yes, it's what I thought it would be. But the reality of it,
The little details.
baby, I was not ready. I was not ready.
What reality you mean though?
Just like Pedro said, every little detail, like no one tells you that sometimes you will wake up and you won't like your spouse.
Right.
You'll be like, oh no, is this really a God thing? God, you sure? You sure? Because this person is not personing right now.
Right.
And little things like, and of course the struggles that come with it, the different backgrounds and learning each other, the different upbringing, so different, oh my gosh. And things like that, you know?
Right.
The hardship that comes with it, all those things. Because, sometimes when you see marriage, you only think of the positive parts of it. But, of course, no one is going to show you, the in-depth part.
Yeah, and even those little details, it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
The thing that might be like from what we were listening to earlier, something that might be toxic for me, but it's not toxic for you in your relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of the reasons why there are certain things people don't teach us. Mm-hmm. You have to learn them on your own.
Mm-hmm. What about you, RJ? Now, how long have you been married now?
A year and a half?
It's a year and a half?
Yeah. Well, year and a half.
Is it
or a little bit more than a half.
Okay. Is it what? First of all, what were your expectations? And
honestly, when I always wanted to get married, just based off of like how I was raised, how I saw my parents. You
Right.
feel me? How me and my brothers and sisters grew up. Of course, like in an environment like that, you're gonna continue to want that.
Correct.
So I always wanted like a good wife. I always wanted a whole bunch of kids because I grew up seeing my mom, my dad, good wife, good husband, good father, good mom,
Right.
and a whole bunch of kids. So I was always kind of like looking for that.
Yeah.
But in looking for that, you're not really, when you purposely try to look for something, you don't really find it how you want to find it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're always nitpicky. It's like, well, nope, she's not this,
Yeah.
and this is how I want it. So nope, that's not gonna work.
Right.
Or nope, this is not gonna work because I want it like this, and that's not gonna work. But it's like when it was one of my brother. He was like, bro, you just gotta chill. And we're like, you
Bring
just
your
gotta chill.
expectations
Yeah,
down.
it's not even bring your expectations down. It's just like you have to just relax yourself, kind of, right? You keep looking. Just give God, give God time to bring you something, or like bring
Right.
something before you, and that's what happened. So it's like, and after I got married, it was like, nah, this is cool. Even though, like, how do I put this without trying my wife?
Yeah.
For real. And some things, how I wanted it, it's not like my wife didn't have it like that, or like some things that I guess you could say, some of my desires in a woman or whatever, she doesn't have that from what I wanted when I was like 15, even from like 21. But it's like the things that she does have, it outweighs all of that.
It's what
You
you
get what I'm
needed.
saying? I could tell that like what I wanted, it was more
Superficial?
superficial. Yeah, it was a lot more superficial. So like right now, a year and a half into it, honestly, it is.
That's
It
good.
is, and you could say it's the honeymoon stage, and I'm just
Yeah,
hoping to stay
I was gonna
honeymoon
say, because
forever,
one thing
bro.
about you and Juicy is like you guys are friends. You guys are friends. I love that. Like, you guys are best friends. And that's what I love about you guys' relationship. So I think that's what, and I don't want to just say, oh, it's because it's a honeymoon stage, because it can last longer. That can be you guys' whole relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah.
And the reason for that is because before we even started talking, or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, she straight up told me she wasn't trying to like talk to me or anything like that. She said, yeah, you cool or whatever, but I'm not looking for like a relationship. And I was like, okay. Yeah, we could be friends. I'm a great person. You're going to fall in love with me. I knew that. But because we did build that friendship, even when me and her were friends, I used to like talk to other girls and come talk to her about it sometimes or whatever like that, until it just totally just switched up.
Yeah.
So it's like, even still till this day, we laugh about some of the past relationships that we had when we were stupid and things like that. So it did have a lot to do with it.
The foundation.
Yeah, the foundation, yeah.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, for some people, they feel like marriage is just a piece of paper, it's just a piece of paper, it's a contract, and not that it's not worth it, but it's not that big of a deal where some people are seeking for marriage, where they want to be married so bad. Let's break that down.
Okay.
Do you think marriage is a piece of paper? I mean, we all signed a piece of paper. So, do you think marriage is just a piece of paper?
No, to me, marriage is definitely not just a piece of paper. We live in a society where everything is very, I should say, contractual. Like, a lot of things are just exchange and so forth. When you look at for the government and so forth, how they set up everything, you have to sign the paper. But marriage is not just the paper. To me, marriage is a covenant. Like the same way the Bible establishes it, because a covenant is sealed, but a contract is signed. So in the marriage, like, you repeat your vows. And a lot of covenants in general, once you declare something, it is so. You get what I'm saying? So to me, marriage is a covenant, because it's something that is perpetual.
Yeah.
So
what does perpetual mean?
It means something that lasts forever.
Oh, okay.
It's
I really didn't know what that word
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the whole contract thing too, I feel like it's more I always thought to myself, you don't need to sign the paper to be married, but because God says, you got to obey the laws of the place that you're in, that's why you sign the contract or whatever it is.
Yes.
If people wanted to, a pastor could marry them in their house or right there in the church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's of course, we live in the land. You got to obey the laws of the land or whatever it may be. But I feel like if it was just a piece of paper, there's many people who signed that piece of paper.
That's true.
And they've signed the paper 2 or 3 times and it never worked.
That's true.
I think because of the fact that a lot of people don't bring God into their marriage or don't keep God in their marriage, that's the reason why it doesn't work. People will say, man, I'm not going to do that. A lot of marriages break up because of X, Y, or Z. But it's like, well, you got to figure out, why do those marriages break up?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You're just going to sign one paper to another paper. If it was all just a piece of paper, then it would work.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? But it doesn't work for everybody like that.
That happened yesterday at church, where the pastor just married 2 people.
I've seen that before too.
Yeah, right then and there. And that wasn't my first time seeing it, but being at that church is my first time seeing it like that, because I always thought in order for you to really be married, you have to go to the courthouse and sign the paper. Legally. But like you just said, that's just for man to see. Yeah. That's just for people to see. Like when you go to the bank, they know that you're married, but there's a deeper vow and a deeper connection when you're married spiritually. Yeah. So even if I don't sign the piece of paper, if God says these 2 people are married and then they have made the vow, they're married.
Yeah, you know what just came to me as you're speaking? The piece of paper, you can rip this just throw it in the garbage. But the word that you declare, you cannot take it back.
You can't just take it back.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's deeper than it's just a piece of paper. And you know what I think too? And I've seen this in one of my homegirls. She'll know who I'm talking about. She used to say that all the time. That, you know, they're married now, but when her and her boyfriend at the time were together, they would do things as if they were married. And she used to always say, you know, it's like we're basically married. But now that she got married, she realized this really wasn't marriage what I thought it was. Because there's a shift that happens once you really make that vow. It doesn't matter if you and the person were shacking up together. But once you say those vows, and I'm not even going to say if the ring comes on because you don't even need the ring. But once you make the vows and you guys are married, there's like a shift that happens. I cannot explain it.
Right. And I can explain that. Remember, there's something that I say all the time. Whoever, like even if it's a voodoo priest that married two people, they're going to go through trials and tribulations. And reason being is because God established it. Yeah. And whatever that God established, the enemy will attack it. So because once you see marriage, when the enemy look at marriage, he doesn't see those two people. He see three. Yeah. And he see the husband, the wife, and God in between. Yeah. And once he look at that, automatically what he sees, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yeah. So therefore, he will always attack it. Yeah. You know? So that's why even if people were living together, once they decide that they are getting married, they start having issues.
Yeah, because you'll hear a lot of people say that. You know, when we were just living together, when we weren't married yet, it was cool. Everything was gravy. Right. But once they got married, there's so much resistance, so much friction. They realize they argue a lot more, and it's because you got married. Right. You know what I'm saying? The plan of the enemy is to separate these two people because he doesn't want to see the Holy Trinity on earth.
Right.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about that too is like, even though I feel like even though marriages can be done without the paper, I feel like because of the way that God's word is, it must be done with the paper as well. Because God doesn't want you to go against
like the law of the land.
The law. Correct.
But like, just as you were saying though, there are people who have been living together for years, and they say, yeah, this is good. And they're scared to actually, make that commitment. Right. They're scared to stand before people and say, this is my husband or this is my wife, because I feel like they fear everything is going to go totally upside down if we do it like that. Right. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is, to me, it's understandable. But at the same time, it's like, if you guys can do all of that, then why not just sign the paper? Correct. If it's just a paper, why not do it?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? If you want to be together with this person forever, why not? Why not?
You know, I think the reality is, whether people want to admit it or not, it's when you don't sign the paper and when you don't make the vows, in the back of your head, you don't really want to make that commitment. Just in case something happens, you can just leave. Yeah. Versus once you're married, you cannot just leave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. First of all, it's a process. The divorce is a process. If there's children involved, it's definitely a process. So whether people want to admit it or not, no matter how madly you are in love with that person, I guess somewhere in the back of their mind, it's a what if or just in case. So this fear. Is safe. Yeah. So let's keep it like this. You know what I'm saying? So it is fear.
And I think this is just my opinion. I think the reason why there's so much divorce is because people see it as just a piece of paper. Because if most people saw it as a covenant, they would be more committed to it. Because to me, when it's just a contract, there is less commitment than a covenant.
Yeah.
And contracts end too, so it's like
that's true.
Yeah.
Contracts end.
That's true. So let's break it down really quick. I think we found something on Google that tells us a little bit contract versus
covenant, like the differences. So this will definitely help the people understand it more.
Okay, so I'm just going to read just a few. So
before you do that, you know what's crazy? That's what I'm preaching on tomorrow.
For real?
About contracts, yeah.
Contract versus covenant?
Well, not contracts versus covenant. Yeah, I guess you could say that, but like contracts and the contract that we sign when we become Christians.
That's deep. That's divine. Okay, so contracts are often made for a limited period of time.
You said that.
Contracts often deal with specific actions. Contracts are based on an if or then mentality. So like if you do this, then this, that mentality.
Yeah, and you know something too. Contract can make you very selfish. You only think about yourself,
That's
yourself
good.
in the
what
marriage.
you gain,
But the
what
you
covenant
gain.
is about us.
That's
Yeah.
good.
You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's really
Yeah,
good.
go ahead.
Okay, so contracts are motivated by the desire to get something, like you just said, basically.
Right.
And then covenants, these are characteristics of covenants. Covenants are initiated for the benefit of the other person, so it's selfless versus selfish.
That's good.
In covenant relationships, people make unconditional promises. So it's not no, if you do this, then this. It's just we end this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Covenant relationships are based on steadfast love. Covenant relationships view commitments as permanent. And then last but not least, covenant relationships require confrontation and forgiveness. That's a big one. That's a big one. So I think too, if we all put marriage at a higher standard, because it is at a high standard, then there would be less divorces. You know, I think people take it as something that's it's not that serious. Oh, I'm going to get married to you because I love you. But marriage is deeper than I love you.
Yeah, and one thing too is, I believe that if people look at marriage more as purpose versus personal interest. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people just see marriage, oh, I just want someone to love me. I just want someone to take care of me. But you don't say like, okay, what is God's purpose in this?
Yeah.
What is what does God want us to build together? You know? Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah. And you know, once we take, because I'm thinking about myself too, from previous, when I wanted to be married, it was from my own personal expectations of what I thought marriage would be like, what I thought my husband should be like. But once I surrendered that part of my life to God and was just like, okay, God, I ain't doing it right, obviously, so you could take over in this part.
Right.
Then now I align myself to purpose. Now the person that I connect with is not just because he's handsome, just because of this, or just because he has money, or just because of that, but it's because everything that he has aligns with everything that I have, and then we fulfill a divine purpose together.
Correct.
And that's what marriage is supposed to be. Marriage is not about Linda. It's not about Pedro. It's not even about, or it is about the kids too, but it's not just about those things, but it serves a bigger purpose.
Yeah, it's bigger than what people see.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's about fulfilling somebody else.
Yeah.
correct.
You know what I mean? But like you guys were saying though, because people don't, not only do they not see value in it anymore, people just do it for fun.
Yeah.
People get drunk and go
Go to
to Vegas, and you
Right,
see the movies
right.
all the time. Go to Vegas and get married. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Or people get married because of the benefit that they'll have in like their work, or the benefit that they'll have, or the clout that they'll get.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But and I feel like even in churches too. Let me not say in churches. Even some Christians, there are times where it's like we don't even, or let me not say we. They
Nice.
for real,
Food yourself.
for real, let me- for
I
real.
agree. I agree.
Some Christians, they don't see the value in marriage anymore either. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you'll see a lot of Christians, they either don't want to get married, or they have it in the back of their mind where it's just like, man, if anything happens, I'm secure. I have prenup. A prenup itself just tells you that people don't see.
Exactly.
They don't see
That's true.
they see an end to
Right,
their marriage.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And because they see an end to their marriage, you're not gonna see value in something that could end.
And there's another thing to the prenup too. Talking about that, you enter the marriage with a lack
With a
of
doubt.
trust.
Yeah. With doubt and trust,
You get
yeah.
what I'm saying? With doubt and yeah.
Yeah.
You don't trust that person, but okay, I don't trust them,
Just
but
in
I'll
case.
sign it anyway.
And you know the mistake that we make, because I actually, it's funny that you guys say that, because I came across a Christian couple that was talking about the benefits of a prenup and why it's smart to do it, especially when you come in with your own thing, your own house, own business, whatever it is. It's smarter to do it. But what I realize is that the reason why people do prenups is because they don't trust the person 100%.
Yeah.
But if we get married with the thought, and I remember I said this to Pedro. I was like, I don't remember if I said it to you or I said it to myself one day. I don't know. We got into a really big argument. And I was like, God, you said that this is it. If you said that this is it, I'm going to trust you, but I'm not going to keep trying for him, but I'm going to keep trying for you.
That's good.
So once we put in our head, I may not trust this person 100% yet, but because I trust God and what he sends me, I'm going to give my all into it. You know what I'm saying? But we go in looking at the person, because the person is going to fail you. We're people. You know what I'm saying? We're flawed people. The person is going to fail you. It might not be adultery or something big like that, but the person will disappoint you, and then prenup will come up in the back of your head. But at the end of the day, if you really believe that this is a God ordained thing, then God is not going to connect you with somebody that will steal all your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right.
So it is a matter of really not really trusting the person, but it shows a reflection of your relationship with God and the level of trust that you have with God.
Yeah.
I ain't had nothing to lose anyway, so.
What? Prenup?
I ain't had
Everything before that?
I ain't have no. I ain't had it, bro.
So you don't believe in prenup?
It's not that I see.
For yourself?
For myself, when I was getting married, I didn't need it. It's like, fair. What is she gonna take from me right now?
But what if you came in with your own, your own house, your business was booming when you met her?
And that's why it sucks. It sucks because as time progresses, the amount of faith that Christians have or are supposed to have is gonna go down.
Yeah.
Because you see all these things that are happening. You see it happening in Christian marriages. You see it happening with people who've been married for decades. So it's like, dang, it could probably happen to me too.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's like if I had a whole bunch of money, if I was well off like that, I probably would think to myself, dang, should I have this girl sign a prenup?
That's real.
You get what I'm saying? But I feel like God purposely made sure I didn't have any money just because of
I say
that.
that all the
That's
time.
true.
I'm not saying God made sure I didn't have money, but I feel like some things happen to some people for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I probably would have messed it all up if I did have money. This girl's mad cool.
Right.
So it's like, I probably would have messed it up asking for a prenup.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy. I just
That's
feel
real.
like certain things, because of how the world works, because of how the world moves, Christians, instead of influencing the world is influencing us in so
Yes.
many different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even to me, it's like, I ain't gonna lie. If a dude is a millionaire, or if a girl is a millionaire, and the person that they're with doesn't have any money, the first thing in your mind, you're gonna think like, yo, are you sure you want to have them sign a prenup? Because you don't want this person to enter your life for the wrong reason.
Right.
So now that calls into question, okay, if you think this person is entering your life for the wrong reason, why are you allowing this person into your life?
Correct.
Is it God bringing them into your life, or is it something that you want?
Yeah.
Although God gives you the things that you want, is it better that God gives you what you want, or is it better that God gives you what he feels like is going to be best for you?
It's for you. Right. Right.
There's a lot that goes, this marriage talk, there's a lot that goes
Yes.
into it.
Right.
And it's just,
That's
it's crazy.
good.
It'll make somebody's head spin.
That's really good.
That's true.
You want to add on?
The man said it all.
No, it's crazy. It's,
No,
it's really crazy.
He said it all. He said
It's,
it all.
it's crazy, man. I think about this stuff a lot since I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, one thing too that's very important. God knows us better than we know ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other day we were having that conversation. There are so many people, like sometimes God don't allow you to be rich because he doesn't want you to connect with certain people.
Yeah.
Because you would mess it up.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
plan that he has for you.
People ain't
So
ready
you're
for,
right.
people don't want to hear that.
They don't.
No, not at all.
Listen, there are a lot of people, they do not want to hear that God doesn't want them to be rich. Because if you tell them that, then it's like, well, then God doesn't, because I want to be rich. That's a desire of my heart. People do not want to hear that. And I tell Juicy that, and I'm like, because she talks about, how she wants to be wealthy, have this and have that. And I just be thinking to myself, how you know you won't lose yourself if you have all that stuff?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what I think too, that people have to understand that God looks at our character. Like he knows us better than we know ourselves. So you might think, no, my relationship with God is not going to falter after I get rich. And God is like, yeah, no, we're not going to get you this money. And it might not even be the money, but it might be the connections that you make because of this money
right.
that slowly but surely your relationship with God just begins to dwindle.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And that's so funny that you said that, because I was thinking that the other day, because when I was younger, for those that are Haitian, they know what ISO is. And it's basically like when you collectively, like a group of people, you put a certain amount of money in every week, and then at the end of the year or whatsoever,
It's like
you
a
get
saving
all
plan.
that. Yeah, it's like a saving plan. You get all that money back. And I remember my mom used to try to have me in that, but you guys, I was not there financially when I was like younger. I just wanted to get my money, go shopping,
That don't
do
work,
my
though.
hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me my money, Mom. I don't want to. And my mom used to always be like, you know, if you would have listened to me, all the money that you had it was a lot of money, you guys. All the money that you had saved up from the ISO or from the savings plan, you would have had a house before you met your husband. You would have came in with a house and all this stuff. But I sat down and I really thought about it. And I'm like, I would have came in really cocky if I had all these things. And I don't think we would have probably even made it to where we are. And we're not even there yet. But we would have made it to where we are now, because I would have came in like, I got my own house. I got my own car paid off.
What I need you
know
for.
what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So God knows why he doesn't allow certain things. And some people might be like, oh, it's because of your negligence. But I fully believe that my steps are ordered. So even the things that are mistakes, they were ordered.
Yeah,
God
that's-
knows me.
That's so
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
And you just prove that marriage is purpose. Because,
Yeah.
okay, when God is walking you to your purpose, he builds you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the same thing. If we have a collective purpose, he has to build us together to
Together.
get to that purpose.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely.
And,
Right.
and honestly, that's, to me, from the things that I've seen, that's where the best marriages come out of.
Yeah.
When people build together.
Right,
Not to
right.
say, like, if two people have their own and they come together and they still build up with that, that's cool too. But it's like, sometimes if it's skewed or outweighed, you're not going to see the struggle that somebody had to go through.
Yeah.
Right.
You feel me? But if I'm here with my wife right now, and every now and then it's like, all right, she's the one with the job right now, so she paying the bills, or
Yeah.
I'm the one with the job right now, I'm paying the bills. We understand the value, you get what I'm saying, of
Right.
each other, and we
Right.
build up with that,
That's
as opposed to somebody where it's like, oh, I'm chilling, cuz got it,
That's
or I'm
true.
chilling,
Right,
she
right.
got it.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm- But that is so, that don't
Yeah.
work though, because I'm in one right now.
We used to always say that when we first met each other. It's something beautiful about building from the ground up together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's just something beautiful about saying, yeah, we struggled together. We went through some things together. Like, we did not have it together, but here we are. We made it to the end of this.
Yeah,
It's
and-
something beautiful about that.
And one thing about that, he shows you how to appreciate the other person more and how to serve the other person more. Because
That's good.
by going through the struggle, this person, oh, he goes through this with me. I have to serve him.
Yeah.
I have to honor him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely.
Let me tell you a story, bro.
That's good.
And this is why I'll never drop my dog. I'm talking about Juicy. Never, bro.
Aw.
So we met, when did we meet? 2017, like January of 2017. Even though I was watching her a little bit before that, let me not say watching, I'm sounding like a stalker. Even like I would see her.
You were paying attention.
Yeah, I would see her Facebook or whatever like that. But when
Yeah.
we met 2017, I had my car. It was a black Honda Accord 2014. So I was still good. You feel me? So every time we would go out or whatever, as friends, this is us chilling as friends. I'd go pick her up, or she'd meet me at my house, or whatever it was. August of 2017, that's when I lost my car. You feel me? I lost my car, and so now when it's time to go out, I'm like, nah, I can't. I can't. Or I'd ask my brother or my sister to let me hold their car or whatever. It's not until she told me like, yo, I could drive, right?
Wow.
And I'm like, man. I'm
That's like
cool.
7-8 months after you guys.
After we met, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like she's like, yo, I could drive, right? So she would drive, or I would drive her car or whatever it was. And then that September is when we got together. Just know from September of 2017 until February of 2021, I didn't have a car.
Wow.
So she was driving everywhere
Wow.
in the relationship, or I was driving her car everywhere. I was that boyfriend. Like I
Wow.
would drop her off at work. I would have her car, go to work, go to shoots with her car, or whatever like that. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of girls that just look at you crazy.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like, nah,
yeah,
fam, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You feel me? You don't got you. It's done for you. You get what I'm saying? And that's why it's like when you see somebody who has your back throughout all that,
Right.
somebody that helps build you up while you're building. She used to try to help me get my credit back right from stupid things I did when I was in my early 20s. So it's like, nah, somebody like that, you got to keep them around.
Yeah.
Correct.
Somebody like that, you're not thinking about, oh, in the back of your mind, oh, what if she,
Yeah.
or what if she does this or what does that or whatever like that. Because it's like, ain't no way she could do this.
Right.
Not to say that she's perfect,
Yeah.
but it's like, ain't no way this is in her mind to do this because she saw me in my ugly stage.
Right.
Nobody else knew what I was going through or whatever like that except for her. So it's like something like that. It's not just a piece of paper.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
a piece of paper is not going to guarantee that love from somebody. You get
That's
what I mean?
right.
That's God-given
Yes.
love right
That's
there.
good. And you know, that's one thing about marriage versus kingdom marriage.
Right.
Because I fully believe that kingdom marriage, God comes in, he puts two people together and he changes the narrative of what the world thinks marriage is
Right.
supposed to be like or
Right.
relationship
Right.
is supposed to be like.
Right.
Because ain't no girl, not 95% of, I don't know, these aren't real, these are Linda statistics, okay? Please don't stone me. I'm sure 99%, maybe even me too, would be like, you don't have a car all these years, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of women won't do that, but that's how you know it's God ordained because she knows what you needed, and okay, back to what we're saying. She's graced for you, and you're graced for her. So much so that she didn't know that you were gonna lose your car. You didn't know that you were gonna lose your car, but God knew that you're gonna lose your car, and He sent somebody that's graced for that situation, and that's how you know it's a kingdom marriage. Because some of the things that outsiders will look at like, what? But then for them, it's like, I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
And yeah, and also whoever you married with, you connect with in marriage has to be your destiny helper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Divine. It has to be a divine connection.
Yeah.
Because someone that's divinely connected with you would understand you, not just look at you as the person. This person will be able to connect with your spirit.
That's good.
That person's spirit will connect with yours. So yeah.
And I don't even suggest that for everybody either, because there's some dudes they'll take advantage of that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
definitely.
There's some people that they'll take advantage of somebody who's there that'll just cater to them.
Right.
Oh
or whatever it is,
yeah,
you feel
absolutely.
me? But it's like that wasn't in my character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would still like, nah, if I'm gonna use her car, fam, I gotta put gas in this junk. I gotta walk. I gotta do something.
Right,
Because
right.
I ain't just about to just chill with this girl car
Just
like Jody
use her
used to
car.
do off of Baby Boy.
That's what I thought about too.
Nah, I wasn't doing all that.
I was Baby Boy. That's what I thought.
I wasn't doing that.
You ever saw that movie?
Oh, the movie, yeah.
Yeah. That's good though.
Yeah.
And you know, that's one thing that isn't discussed a lot, that the person that you meet is your destiny helper. This wife, husband.
They should
this
be.
Is, They should be your destiny helper, but some people think that, oh, I got to have it all together, or he got to have it all together for us to come together. No, it's just like our relationship with God. We need his help, and he also needs our help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's supposed to be the same way. Marriage is supposed to reflect our relationship with Christ. And so he's a sovereign God. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He really shouldn't need our help, but in order to do some things on this earth, he needs our help. And in order
Correct.
for us to do some things on this earth, we need his help. So no matter how much we think we've arrived, no matter where you think you are, you need someone along the way.
Right,
You need
right.
someone.
Let me ask y'all though, when y'all got
good.
married, did y'all think y'all were ready to get married?
No, I don't think so.
Not
What
at
do
all.
you? What about
Not
you?
all. But this is how I look at it. We felt like
Our story is a little complicated.
we felt like we were, I would say, emotionally ready, mentally ready, but we weren't like financially ready. But in even the timing, God approved the timing. It wasn't even our timing.
Yeah.
Because we said we were gonna get married in 2 years.
Engaged in 2 years.
Yeah, engaged in 2 years.
And then after plan the wedding and then get married after like a
Yeah,
year or
but
so.
it's just
So y'all would have got married, what, 2019, really?
Yeah, we would have got married in 2019, but
Yeah.
we got married, what,
2017.
11 months after meeting each other.
Yeah.
11 months after meeting each other.
Like she said, a lot of time God just break the world
He just
narrative.
shifts it. You know what I'm saying? Because I said it.
That's the good ones too, man.
Yes,
That'd be
like
the good ones.
even me, I'm like, you know, because when you start to look at the world, you look at the world as the reflection, but it's really not the reflection that we're supposed to look at as believers. It's the kingdom of God that we're supposed to look at. And so when I got out of the engagement, I met Pedro, my previous engagement, 3 weeks after I got engaged. So for me,
you broke up the engagement.
huh?
After you,
Yeah, after I ended the engagement, I met Pedro 3 weeks after. Mind you, like our connections was always there, but our path never crossed.
you know what's
Never
crazy?
crossed.
Our
Never.
connection started in Haiti, not even here.
Yes, for
No, I'm serious.
real.
In Haiti, we
were
used to
next
live
door neighbors.
right across
For
from
real?
each other.
Nah, y'all ain't never told me that part.
Yeah,
Y'all
she
never
was
told
a
me that
baby.
part.
We were next door
and I was
neighbors.
a little boy too.
We found that out after we got married. So I came to the States when I was 3. So when my parents moved from that city, right? That's when his family also moved. We didn't even know about this. So that's what I'm saying. Like our connection was always there, but our path never crossed. And so we met 3 weeks after I ended the engagement. And so if I'm looking at the reflection of the world, it's like, okay, you know, you got to be healed first. You got to be single for at least 2 years, and you have a child and all these things. But God is like, yeah, no, okay, let's meet your person now. You're ready. You fully surrendered. And you know that's. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That's what God looks at. He doesn't look at timing. He doesn't look at finances. He doesn't look at none of the things that the world looks at. He looks at a surrendered heart. He's like, okay, Linda's surrendered now. Pedro's surrendered now. They realize they can't do this without me. Let's join them together and let me fulfill my purpose through them.
No, that's good. And the only reason why I ask is because there's a lot of things that that I see me and Juicy doing now, like even being able to afford where we living at. I used to always think to myself, nah, we don't got the money yet to get married. I would have been got married. You feel me? But it's like, nah, we don't got the money yet, or we don't have this, we don't have that. And now I'm like, and I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I had more money when I was single than now, but we still affording where we living at. We still going on trips. And I look back and I'm like, fam, how are we affording these trips?
Yeah.
How are we doing all this when this whole time we thought, oh, we couldn't afford a wedding, and we afforded the wedding. You feel me? And have to pay nothing after. So it's all just crazy to me how certain things work out. But just like how y'all said, the connection was in a way almost always there.
Yeah.
You feel me? She didn't live far. We had the same friends. One of my best friends used to go out with her cousin or whatever like that. And it's like it was always right there. We was in Haiti at the same time. We went back to Haiti at the same time. So it's like it was always right there. It's just a matter of like you just the timing, or you just never met.
Right.
And I tell her all the time. I used to tell her, I was like, not even used to. I still tell her, yo, I ain't gonna lie. If I would have met you when I was 21, I don't know if I would have still married you, but right now I would have. Right now I would have wanted to, and it would have been.
Yeah. You would have wrecked it. We would have wrecked it.
We said that before. We would not like each other.
I would have messed it up.
Oh no, you would not have liked that, Linda.
I would have messed it up. She told me that too. She was like, nah, you probably wouldn't.
Okay, I was a strong feminist. You would not have liked me at all. But you know, it goes back to trusting God at the end of the day. Because like you said, you look at your life now, you're like, I didn't think I was ready for it. But then you're living it and you realize, okay, it's not that you're ready for it or we have it all together, but it's because that we trust God in the center of it, so that everything that comes, he's like, don't worry, I'm gonna make a way.
Yeah, it's like ministry. When God said, okay, I want you to do this, you feel like you're not ready. You feel like you're not equipped for whatever he wants you to do. But once you allow him to work, you feel like, oh, I didn't believe this.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were gonna be able to, like you said, afford this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just allowing God to be the center.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
But even after everything we just said, there's still some people they're gonna have their doubts.
I mean,
and they're gonna have their doubts until they see it themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You would have to be in marriage, and not only be in marriage, but be in marriage trusting God fully in it. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, if we didn't have God in the center of our marriage, we probably wouldn't even make it this far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy at all. It's beautiful, but there's also some parts of it that's really hard.
Right.
So I guess that's where it comes in, where, you know, like if you have kids and all these things that some people feel like it won't work, or we fell out of love, or we just separated, it can happen. But when you have Christ, you get back to the center and you realize this not even about, I'm not saying neglect your feelings. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like you get back to us, like, okay, I'm gonna share a transparent part right now. Not too transparent. This fly getting on my nerves. Okay.
That fly been in and out the whole time.
Crazy.
We had got into, it wasn't even really an argument. We got into, he pissed me off, point blank period. He made me mad, right? A few days before the video. And this morning, or yesterday, I went to him and I was like, I forgive you. I forgive you, because God said in order for him to forgive me, I gotta forgive you. And then and I thought I was good. I thought I forgave him. And then I came out this morning. See, now I can laugh about it, because now
That's how it works.
Yes.
That's always how
and
it works.
I came out this morning and he was fixing the laundry, and then I saw him and I was just getting mad all over again. The conversation was replaying in my head all over again. And I went in the room because I was like, oh no, this is not going to work. We're going to do this video today. We're not going to allow our feelings to get in the way. And I went in the room and I said a quick prayer, and I was just very vulnerable with God. And I was like, God, this man pissed me off. He hurt my feelings. And we have work to do. I don't want my feelings to get in the way. And I don't want to just say I forgive him, but I don't really forgive him in my heart. Because I could say it, but you know my heart. So help me to forgive him. Help me to forgive him and work on him while you're working on me. And so it goes back to you have to go back to the person that put it together anyways. It wasn't me and him that put it together, so me and him can't figure it out. So I'm going to go to God like, God, this is your son. Figure it out. Because if it's up to me, I'll probably punch him in the face. Don't do that, people. I'm just lying. But, you know, we're just being real. If it's up to me, you know, I probably would have said some things that will also hurt him. But if I go back to the creator about his creation, then we'll find a solution. And then he'll work on the parts of us that caused that argument in the first place. You know what I mean? So
That's good.
That's the flow of marriage. That's the flow of marriage.
You know the thing about that though, I put it into my mind a long time ago that like when me and my wife first got together, I think she asked me, do I think I'll be able to deal with her forever or whatever like that, right? Because it's like, you know, people have their difficult moments or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And but she just asked me this in the sense of like boyfriend and girlfriend. And I told her, when I can, I'll let you know. You feel me? It's like, if I feel like you need to switch something up, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life, and I tell her this, I'm like, there will never be a day where I let you stay mad or I let myself stay mad. Because it's honestly, to me, it's never a big deal.
Yeah.
It's never really a big deal. I feel like, yes, there may be some things said that may hurt feelings or whatever it may be, but it's like, I know you're not intentionally trying to hurt my feelings.
Right.
You feel me? Somebody who loves me, you're not purposely trying to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
If that was the case, I wouldn't even be married to you because I would have
Right.
seen that from the beginning. You get what I'm saying?
That's good.
So it's like, even till this day, if we're upset or anything like that, it's like, fam, it's not going to stay like this.
It's not going to
You
stay.
get what I mean?
Yeah.
At some point, and the last time I think we were upset, and it's like it could always get resolved a lot earlier, but sometimes it's like I'm gonna let you chill. You feel me? I'm gonna let
Right,
you chill,
right.
have your day or whatever it may be, or I'm gonna chill, just stay in my emotions or whatever it may be. But it's like at any point, I could just get up, walk over to you, and it's on.
That's
You get what I'm saying? And that's always how it happens.
Yeah.
And it's like we both are always thinking it. It's just a matter of like, all right, who's gonna be the first one to walk over there, give the other person a kiss or whatever it may be.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like it's never really that, unless my wife, and it will never happen, violates the covenant of our marriage.
Yeah.
Or puts her hands on me, and she won't unless I ask her to. Unless she does any of those things, there's nothing that she can do that'll actually like make me say, "Oh
I don't want this.
I don't want this anymore."
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There's nothing.
Yeah.
That's good.
You get what I'm saying? But it's like other people, I feel like there's people where it's like they either hurt somebody or allow themselves, because people allow themselves to be hurt sometimes.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Or allow
That's
themselves
true.
to be hurt so much, and then they let that linger on for so long to
That's
the point
true.
where it's like you were done a long time ago. You just let it fester for like a
Right,
year or
right.
2 years.
That's deep.
Never forgave each other, never spoke about it. So now it's like a problem that was the size of a pebble has become a mountain before
Right,
y'all. And
right.
now it's going to take even longer to just break it down.
Yeah, that's good.
good.
And you know, I remember when we had Olivia in 2018, so we probably like 2 years into the marriage. And I had a friend come over, and she was about to get married, and she asked me, was marriage easy? And I was like, yeah, it's nice. You know, we were still in that phase. And I was like, it's nice, but you have to die to your flesh every day. And I said it because it's something that I heard other believers said without fully having understanding of it. But now I understand. You know, what I just did this morning is dying to my flesh. Like, God, help me to forgive him. That's dying to your flesh. When you know, okay, I can just go up to her and just tell her I'm sorry or have a conversation, that's dying to your flesh. And that's what marriage is. You literally have to make the choice to put your feelings aside, put your pride aside. You could be petty, but you're like, you know what, I'm going to put it aside because it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth
like
it.
it's like you have to constantly make yourself uncomfortable to make the marriage comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Because some people going to take this and they're going to twist it. We're not saying neglect yourself, but in the sense of like, when you know that if it's something as small as, okay, he said this, but that wasn't intentional, but let me just have a conversation with him and let him know that this is how I received it, even though that's not what you meant, but this is how I received it, and it really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, it'll be uncomfortable to have that conversation because you expect him to just understand or just
Right.
know what he said was wrong, but we don't think the same.
Yeah.
So in that sense, when we say be uncomfortable.
yeah. The reason why I'm saying yourself, I'm implying to the flesh.
The flesh. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the flesh likes to be comfortable. Look, the flesh likes to feel good.
Yeah.
But you know, the marriage is bigger than your
your
feelings,
flesh.
than your emotions. You know. So yeah.
And somebody who loves you
that's
too is
what I
not going to
said.
allow you to neglect yourself.
That's
You know what I'm
good.
saying? So it's like,
That's
even
right.
though I'm looking out for you, you're looking out for me, we're looking out for each other. So it's like, I should trust that if I'm not, my wife will always ask me, you feel me, you know, how do you feel? And we always ask each other that, you know, how you feeling? Are you okay? Or if she says something and she sees my face go a certain way, she's like, did I hurt your feelings or anything like that? It's like, she's sincerely asking because it's like, that's not what I want to do.
That's good.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not intentionally trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to get a point across.
That's good.
I'm trying to get you to understand what I'm saying or how I feel, but at the same time, I don't want to hurt how you're feeling or hurt
Yeah.
you or anything like that.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. But I don't know. A lot of people they think about themselves too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
if you're a selfish person, don't even get married.
No. you cannot.
Listen.
Yeah,
'cause
you
it ain't gonna
can't
work.
unless you find somebody who's in love with selfish people.
That's true. Because
For real, unless you find somebody who's in love with selfish people.
if you're selfish, it's not gonna work. You literally have to think about the person.
Yeah.
Serve the person while you're serving yourself. Before you even serve yourself, serve the person. Serve the person. Or just think about it as, and some people don't like to hear this, but for those that are parents, we put our kids first before we put ourselves first. If I go shopping and I maybe just have $100, I'm like, I'm going to buy something for myself, but I see something for my kids, I'm going to get the stuff for my kids before I get it for myself. It should be the same way with our spouse. It should be. I promise you, if I think about Pedro before I think about Linda, and Pedro thinks about Linda before he thinks about himself,
Everything is balanced.
we will go far in life.
Yeah, that's
everything-
true.
We
everything
will
is
go far.
balanced.
That's true.
We'll go
Especially if
very
that person
far.
knows what you like.
Exactly.
You feel me? It's like, I'm not going to buy them something that they don't like,
Yeah.
expecting for them to buy
Just
me
because
something.
I think that they like
it,
no,
yeah.
No, it's, if that person knows what you like, if they know how you are,
Mm-hmm.
then, and they respect that, and they build on that, and they cater to that, the marriage should be great.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
That's good. So all in all, to close up the conversation, is marriage worth it, Maeve?
Absolutely. And if I had to do it over, I would do it all over again because like I said, it's for me it's the growth. It's the growth. Knowing that I have someone that wants to serve me and that there is someone that I want to serve. We were building something together.
Yeah.
Not just the having children, but there is purpose, people are able to see God in us, I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
So it definitely worth it.
Same for me. Marriage is definitely worth it. It, like I said, it comes with its trials, but all in all, marriage is worth it. And it's even more worth it when you're with the right person.
Correct.
The person that God has for you, the God ordained person,
Which is
the right,
right
person.
person.
Correct.
Christianly speaking, anyway,
Yes.
the right person.
What about you, RJ? Is
Yeah.
marriage worth it?
A year and a half in, honestly, my only complaint is if I could have did this sooner
Sooner?
with this same person, and it would be just like this, then I would.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? But if I would have did it sooner, it probably wouldn't have
If I would.
worked out how I wanted it to. So
That's
everything
good.
works out. Well, let me say, for Christians,
Yes.
anyways, everything that I say really is on the basis of a Christian.
Yeah.
So, like, everything works out the way that it should.
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome.
So this topic was
That was
great.
That was good.
It was really good. There's so much more that we could touch on when it comes to marriage because, you know, like, marriage is a whole, I don't
It's a
know.
whole different beast, yeah.
Yes.
It's a
But
whole
World.
different beast.
maybe we can do like a part 2 and maybe we can have like Juicy on this
That would be
part
good.
2.
Should
That would be
call
really
her.
good. That would be really good. But you want to close us out?
Well, there's not much that I can say. All I can say is that was great. Thank you for watching. Please share it with someone. So
Or if you're listening on Apple, thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have Apple, please subscribe and share with someone. And our goal is to, through this conversation, hopefully help you guys see a different dimension of God, whether it be through our marriage or our experience as parents, our experience as business people, sisters, brothers, or whatever. But we help you see a different dimension of God through our podcast.